Zone B lost. Zone A neutralized.
What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today I want to bring you guys one of my best Crucible gameplays and also my class setup, kind of the options I use, the perks, the armor and equipment kind of stuff, and show you kind of a rundown of what I like to use in Crucible and definitely what my best setup is. And this is of course going to be the Voidwalker, and the gameplay you're going to be watching is some very good gameplay. Of half of it I'm using Hawkmoon, the other half I'm using Thorn, and I do get quite a few super and heavy kills in there. I drop like over 40 kills, and at some point I also get a Slayer medal which will kill 5 enemies at once, which is pretty crazy. You can enjoy that, but we're going to talk about the class I use. Here you can see the kind of perk screen, and the only really things I want to highlight here are mainly the grenade and also my jumping perk. All the others are not really too important, not really too pivotal, they're more kind of personal preference, to be honest, and other than kind of maximizing recovery, they're all pretty basic. You can see them over there, but mainly I want to cover my grenade which I use, which is Axiom Bolt, which is by far one of the best grenades to use in PvP, and it's just amazing grenades for so many reasons. And the jumping ability to use is called Blink, which allows me to kind of teleport across a short distance, and so those are the two main perks that I use. And other than that, I'm using the Void Fang Vestments, which allows me to have an enhanced Axiom Bolt, and also mainly it allows me to spawn with an actual grenade always in my pockets. Every time I spawn, every time I die and spawn again, I'll always have a grenade whether I've used it or not, so I basically get a ton of these grenades. These Axiom Bolts are very good. I'm sure you would have ran into them if you play Crucible a lot. They can be very annoying, and they can be used in so many different ways. They can be used to kind of control enemies. If there's a doorway the enemy is about to come through, you can literally just plop it right there. They'll normally see the grenade going off and they'll back away, and often it's very hard to tell which grenade is going off. There are so many different grenades in Destiny multiplayer. There are some that like stick to you, some that follow you, some that stay in certain areas, some that will like if you walk past them they'll kill you. There are so many different types, and often if an enemy sees any sort of grenade they'll typically run away. So you kind of use it to control an area. If you're capping a control spot, then you can put it in the door. Mainly I use it simply when I've hit a guy, and if he runs away from me then I'll just put a grenade and they'll go follow him. You can walk faster or like run faster, then the Axiom Bolt will find you, but with the Void Fang Vestments of course it does enhance it, so it will travel for a lot further, and it's a very cool grenade to have. And also Blink is very useful for getting out of sticky situation. You can literally jump out of the way. If you're in a gunfight you can confuse many people. When people are shooting at you, you literally teleport across a short distance, and people have no idea where you are. The hard thing is trying to figure out yourself where you're going to land, because then you need to be able to judge how you can kill the guy, because you need to be able to figure out where exactly you're going to land so you can aim up your shot and get your shots on target before he can figure out where you've teleported to. So it's a very interesting combination, and you see at some point I do some really cool maneuvers with Blink, and even like dodging out of the way of literally a rocket that's coming right towards me. I can just blink straight out of the way. So Axiom Bolt and Blink are definitely my go-tos for this Voidwalker class. And then into primary weapons, I normally use a hand cannon, and I really can't decide which of them is my favorite, to be honest. I switched out. I used Hawkmoon for the first half and Thorn for the second half, and I really still don't even know which is my favorite. I think I'm leaning towards Thorn. Hawkmoon is also very good. It's very high damage. It's got the Luck in the Chamber perks. The Thorn kind of like eats away at them over time, and is very good for enemies that run away. If you like hit them twice normally in the head, they'll probably die. And then there's also the Last Word, which is a very fast firing hand cannon. Then in secondary I normally use the Praise Revenge, which is a very good sniper, just amazing to handle, amazing to reload and aim down sight. And in the heavy category I normally use the Swarm, which is a very slow firing LMG that I got. It's actually a special one that I got from a Nightfall, and it has some slightly different perks you can see right here. And in addition to doing void damage, it also has a very slow fire rate, which I really like. Obviously the void damage does matter in Crucible, but the very slow fire rate is why I love the Swarm. And mine has some really cool perks as well, mainly the Field Scouters, which I really like. It allows me to have like 60+ bullets in the chamber, which is insane. So I can have a huge amount of bullets, and I can slay a load of people before having to reload. And around here you'll see my Slayer medal. I just absolutely destroy these guys, and there happens to be 3 of them on a flag, and one of them was also a Hunter Golden Gun, who's activated super, so I managed to block him. In this gameplay I'm actually using the Steel Oracle launcher, because I had a bounty to get launcher kills, and I really like this because it can hold 2 rockets before having to reload, and also tracks enemies, which is very helpful in the Crucible for enemies that are slightly trying to dodge out of the way. It will seek them, and this is a setup I'm pretty much running most of the time in Crucible. I'm sometimes switching out for other things. I sometimes use the Suros. I really like the Vexsmither class. I use that as well, and sometimes I also use Invective. I think it's a very good shotgun, and I rarely ever use exotic launcher category or heavy machine guns. I don't really think it's that worth it. But this has been my setup and a quick rundown of what I like to use in Crucible. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this class and what is your favorite class to run in Crucible as well. I'll be interested to know, and maybe do some more videos showing off my Titan and Hunter favorite classes to use within the Crucible itself. But make sure you drop a like rating on the video if you enjoyed it. I massively appreciate that. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.